A new Tampa Bay Business Journal hits newsstands today, and editor Alexis Muellner is here now to talk about some of the week's big stories. Good morning, happy Friday to you.
And happy Friday to you.
Of course, the big story in the Bay Area, all those Sweetbay stores closing up. Well, now that they are closing down, that leaves a lot of space. So
Sweet
gotta find some
square feet.
Yes, exactly. So who's going to fill it?
33 stores. 16 of them are in Hillsborough and Pinellas counties, and these are ranging from 30,000 to 50,000 square feet. And that was the question we had. And our real estate reporter Mark Holland did an excellent job in our paper this week, sort of asking that question: what happens to that? It's 1.5 million square feet. That's a lot of space in these big boxes to put on the market. There are certain kinds of uses. You think of discount fashion and craft stores and those kinds of things, and some Walmart groceries. The grocery end is a very competitive market. You don't have to go very far to find a grocery. It'll be interesting to see what fills that gap, and if some sort of up and trending retailers, and you want to make sure that that continues so that the economy and the energy in the economy doesn't falter.
Yeah, I know one for sure. In Pasco County, it's now turning into a Ross, and in fact, they're hiring right now.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's a great transition, and the economy will dictate that. And this is, if it happens quickly, it's a sign that, you know, this recovery, slow but sure, is on its way.
And speaking of recovery, so we're looking at a possible housing recovery. Is it safe to call a recovery?
Well, we brought about a dozen experts in residential real estate into our conference room this week. They range from title people to brokerage people to policy folks. And generally, there are some price increases that we've seen, and there's some positive signs. The concern is whether or not the inventory, which is now down to some lower levels than it's seen in a long time, can keep up with it fast enough. In the outlying areas, there's still lots of homes to come through the foreclosure process. But the questions become, how long can that be sustained? And in terms of investment, about a year ago, there were folks coming into the market looking for single-family homes for rental. A lot of that market has dried up, and there's some bidding wars going on out there. So it's an interesting time in residential real estate.
Another interesting story that you have this week: Tampa's former Hyatt Regency will officially become the Hilton Hotel downtown. So what does that change mean?
Well, this morning, in fact, it happened a lot faster than usual. Of the Hyatt needing the renovations they're going to do, Hilton's going to do $13 million worth of renovations, which is exciting. I think in general, there's a couple boutique projects. There was one that broke ground this week. And in general, you know, the hope is that more people downtown, lift all boats for retailers and downtown. You know, the question remains, will there be enough other than the peak events, to fill these hotels? And hopefully, you know, the investment that's going on down there is a sign that the people who know, or should know, are optimistic enough to put money into it.
We'll keep our fingers crossed.
Oh, absolutely.
Always good to see you.
And you.
For more Business Journal headlines, go to abcactionnews.com/business.